do. I'm not cheap. I'm probably the highest paid escort in Morecambe. Yeah, not cheap, not cheap. But if you want something good, you've got to pay for it, haven't you? I can't go and get a new car out of the agents and pay pennies for it. It's going to cost me a lot of money. I'm not even going to drop any car names because, guess what? They don't give it me for free, so I would advertise them.
Tyson,
that's the mentality!
How many different ways can you beat Oleksandr Usyk?
What different what?
How many different ways can you beat him?
Well, I can beat him in a fight, or I can beat him in a kickboxing fight, or I beat him in a wrestling match, or I can beat him in an arm wrestle.
No, I mean technically in the ring.
No, listen, I don't know. We'll find out May the 18th. You know, Usyk's a very bad man, very dangerous man, and a very good boxer. And I've never not said he's any good. He's always been Olympic gold medalist, undisputed cruiserweight champion, unified heavyweight champion. I'd never take someone like that lightly, and I give him the best shot to be victorious.
Is it this? Take anything away from Teofimo Lopez's win over Lomachenko?
Do I? Why?
Yeah, no, the way he.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said I was taking something.
No, like the game plan.
No, he did very well. It's a bit different at heavyweight, a bit different pace, and a bit different way of going on. So it was a great win, and I called it back in the day. One of the only ones who did. And I call on this one as well. I'll beat Oleksandr Usyk. Like I said up there, if I can't beat Oleksandr Usyk, just say I'm no good.
On your Instagram, I saw you put, I feel sorry for the rabbit. Explain that.
When?
Like a few weeks ago in camp, you hit the pads on the caption. Yeah, I think you had a quote from the Bible, but you all said, I feel sorry for the rabbit.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even on Instagram anymore. Nah.
Who's controlling it?
Nav's controlling it. Yeah.
Tyson, do you think that Alexander might try and target your eye, try and make you feel uncomfortable, maybe try and get it to open back up? Is that something?
If he's got any sense, he would do, wouldn't he? Because if he can open the eye up and get the referee to stop the fight, that's his chance in winning the fight.
Tyson, does that change your approach in the fight then? Is that changing your tactics?
It's only a bit of blood, isn't it? If he comes down and rattles down my face and onto the floor and on the referee's vest or whatever, it is what it is. It's only a cut. It's not the end of the world.
Tyson, how much better do you feel this time round in comparison to the Ngannou fight? You look in great shape already.
I felt fantastic for the Ngannou fight, and I feel fantastic now. I'm a little bit lighter than I was back then, but I feel good. I had a good camp before and I had a good camp now.
Is it difficult to get into his head? Because he speaks a bit of English, but it's difficult to...
I don't know about all this getting in people's heads. I've heard a lot like, oh, Tyson Fury gets in people's heads. I'm not Dr. X, you know. I don't have mind control. I don't get in anyone's head. If I can get in your head, I must be an alien.
But Tyson,
I have no idea
about
getting in people's heads and stuff. I don't know. He can't speak. I know he understands English, but he can't really speak good English. And I don't really care about getting in his head. I want to just get me fist into his face. That's what I want.
He says he doesn't fear you, Tyson. Do you believe that? And does it annoy you how calm he is around you? Because when you look back, because when you look at the likes of Wilder, he wasn't calm around you at all.
I'm not sure. I don't buy into all that. In my opinion, all that like mind games, he said, she said, it's a load of bullshit, really. It all comes down to on the night who's going to win the fight. That's it. Whatever I say before the fight or whatever he doesn't say before the fight, it has no effect, I believe, on a fight.
And I know you had some choice words for Anthony Joshua upstairs before.
I just called him a big old useless dosser.
Yeah,
that was it.
Exactly.
Big sausage.
And the talk.
And I stand by that. Stand by it.
The talk prior to this fight is there could be incentive for Usyk if you go on to beat him, that he could get step aside, like he could get offered step aside money, and we could finally get the fight. Everyone wants to see Fury versus AJ potentially at Wembley Stadium this year. Ideally, is that...
It won't be at Wembley Stadium when that
Saudi.
fight happens. If you're paying, say, 200 million for something, are you going to do it in someone else's country? Doubt that, mate.
Do you think His Excellency would be open to do it in Wembley at all, whether it's the first
Maybe the
fight or
rematch, yeah, maybe the rematch. But again, the way I look at it is, Joshua's an old dosser and he's got to wait his turn because he had his chance with Usyk and he lost fair and square. I'm not sure who witnessed that fight, all you camera people. I'm not sure where you were, maybe you were on holiday or in a different country or unavailable at that moment. But he actually did already lose to Usyk, not once, but twice. So that puts him at the back of the queue and he has to wait until I've dealt with your man. You can't just overlook Usyk. Usyk's not just going to say, all right, I don't want me 75 million that I'm getting in the rematch. Please just give me 50 grand to step aside. You think that's really going to happen? I don't think so.
Tyson, have you seen him prove?
He's going to retire within the next 2 years. Would you be disappointed if you don't fight him at some point before you hang up the gloves?
Who?
Joshua, when he says he's retiring within the next 2 years. Are you disappointed if you don't fight him?
It's up to him, mate. What a man does in his own life, another man can't be, one, responsible for, or two, bothered about. Everyone can only be interested in what they're doing in their own life. What another man does in his own personal, private time or in his business life has got no, I don't hold any weight on what other people's decisions are. But listen, if the fight happens, the fight happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Tyson, have you seen?
You saying you've only got a puncher's chance against Usyk?
Well, apparently I'm not a puncher anyway, so I've got fucking no chance, have I? You up there, my boy! I've told you anyway, I'm getting chinned in the first round. Get your money on it.
Tyson, have you seen improvements in AJ since he linked up with Ben Davison, your old trainer?
I don't know. It's not like he's my boyfriend, is it? And I'm studying him every night and I go, oh my God, I like your muscles, man. What am I going to do? I've got my own wife and kids to look after, not focus on other men's careers. And my own as well.
Tyson, you brought back in Ty Mitchell, someone you really rate, sparring partner for this camp.
Yes, I did. I actually sent Ty to all of the British people who fought Usyk, and they didn't want to use him after one sparring. Bellews, Joshua, Dubois, all of these people didn't really want to use him, so I'll bring him in.
Where is Ty Mitchell? Ty? He's chilling in the back.
He's over there somewhere.
Have you seen videos of Usyk working in his corp? What do you make of that?
I don't make anything. Listen, you could give him 2 9mm Glocks and put him on speedy shoes and whatever you want to do. It's going to be a fight.
But is he right to work on his corp?
I don't care what he does. I really don't care what he does. I don't care how he approaches it. I don't care what he does in his head. I don't care what he has for breakfast or what he's doing with his family right now. I don't care. It's none of my business.
Because you told
I'm
me,
only focusing on...
you told me in Saudi that his head moves, but I'll just cripple you to the body. That's what it's about.
Same. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. I can't... Guys, right, here's the thing, right? I know I'm brilliant. I know I'm amazing. And I know everything else. But I'm not a magician. I'm not Houdini. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the fight till I'm in there. And on May the 18th, you're going to find out what's going to happen. It's not that long away, 5-6 weeks away, and it'll happen. Whatever happens will happen. But as for me having this intuition and how what's going to happen in the fight, I can't tell you until we're in there. So everyone's just going to have to wait and see. 5 weeks.
Tyson,
It's like, I said this before, yeah? Klitschko giving advice to Usyk on how to beat me is like me being a broke-ass bitch and trying to advise a billionaire how to invest his money. It ain't going to work. That's facts. But anyway, if everyone's got their entitled to their own opinions, I believe, in this world, yeah? And everyone's got their own different opinions in the world. So as long as people are talking about this fight, whether advising them, whether they think who's going to win, whatever, knockout points, shit fight, good fight, brilliant fight, undisputed, whatever it might be that's going round, well, that's good for me, because every person that thinks or talks about it, I get paid. And that means I can go home and get laid after I've been paid.
Tyson, you've often said Undisputed Tag, not bothered about it, I've won every belt in boxing. But as it gets closer, this is the biggest fight in boxing. The heavyweight, all the marbles. Is it any more, do you have any more sort of feeling towards that now, that tag of potentially becoming undisputed, or does it still not mean anything to you?
Listen, I haven't many belts. I think there's 25 belts on the line or something like that. It just keeps getting bigger number every time I think about it. So it is what it is. If it was belts that drive me, I'd go to Matland now and buy 50 belts. But it's the money that drives me, not the belts. I've been very open in my whole career, telling you all it's only about the coins, yeah? And I'll stand by here today, and any one of you people who are here today who say you do it for free and you don't want paying, well, 1, you need to go to the insane asylum, and 2, you're in the wrong game. Everyone wants to get paid. If you're doing something for free, work experience, great. But then eventually you're going to go and get paid. But if you want to do something for free all the time, well, you're just a mug then, in my opinion. If you're doing something, you want to get paid for it. And if you're doing it good, you want to get paid even more for it. So for me to say to you all, oh, I want to win 20 belts, and it's not about the money, it's not about anything like that. I just want to drive around 4 rounds. It ain't true, is it?
Tyson, I know you said you don't hate anyone,
Ain't
but
true.
just touching on the Anthony Joshua situation, if you guys ever fought, do you anticipate there being bad blood between you both? Because a lot's been said over the years.
What, me calling him an old doss or a sausage? What's really been said?
Back and forth.
Is there any, has he ever said anything bad to me, like personal, or me him? I don't think so. If he was here now, we'd go for a beer over there and a jam sandwich. Or I'd take him out for fish and chips. And I'd take him back to my house and meet my kids and take a picture. What, do you think there's bad blood between 2 boxers? behave yourself.
So you think it'd be
You've been
cool?
a great advocate for mental health over the years. Just be interested to get your thoughts on the Ryan Garcia situation. A lot of people thinking he maybe doesn't seem in the right mind frame going to a fight. It's what, 10 days away?
Yeah, I've talked about a lot of people before. People's opinions are what they are. Everyone's got different opinions, and we don't, unless we know Ryan Garcia personally, which I can't call him and say, "Are you all right, mate? Do you need anything?" I can't do that. So I don't know the guy's situation. It could be a mirage, you know, get everyone thinking he's going crazy and he's not training and all that, and then turn up on fire and do a good job. Or it really could be, he could be having a bad time and he really needs help. But if it is the fact that he's having trouble, then I'd advise him to speak to someone immediately and get medical advice. Or if it's not, then fair play, you're doing a fantastic job of convincing people. And another thing, again, everyone who talks about it generates more views, more pay-per-views, more interest. So boxing is more than punching. It's so much more.
Tyson, you said yourself that boxing is more addictive than drugs and alcohol. Do you think you ever know the right time to retire?
No, I don't think there is a right time. It's like getting married or having kids. When is there a right time to have a child, or when is there a right time to retire? I don't know if there ever is a right time. I think you just got to jump in head first and see how it all goes.
Heine Garcia
HE
prediction?
said about having 10 more fights with yourself. Can you name 10 opponents?
Yeah,
Go on.
easily.
Go on.
2 fights with Usyk, 2 fights with AJ, that's 4. Dubois, 5. Joe Joyce, 6. Joseph Parker, Chuck Dine as
Fight your
well.
mate.
Well, listen, if it's going to make him life-changing money and help his family and kids, I'm sure it will.
He's just had a baby today.
Exactly, congratulations. So that's 7, yeah. Some Caballero, some American guys, some Russian guys. There's loads, more than 20. Pergovic. There's loads of people.
There's a fair few.
Zhang will be about 69 by the time then.
What did you make of Joseph Parker calling out Anthony Joshua today? Did you see it?
I didn't see
Oh,
it,
you
no.
didn't see it?
I'm
With
not
the
on
help of
social
Ed
media.
Sheeran.
I'm not on social media. Help of who?
Ed Sheeran.
Get up there, Ed Sheeran. I'm not on social media, so I don't see anything. But I didn't even know Joe's had a baby, so that's how far behind I am.
Do you think he can beat Joshua in a rematch, Joe Parker?
I think anyone can beat anybody on any given night.
Would you include yourself in that?
Yeah, for sure. Anybody can beat anybody on any given moment. If it's your time to shine, then you're going to shine like a star. And if it's your time not to shine, then you're going to fail.
Tyson,
That's what it is.
can I ask you, people obviously in the industry, they mention and see your previous fights to say that maybe you've lost a bit of a step on
I believe I have, yeah.
on the decline.
That's why I've selected Usyk to beat me in 1 round.
Can I ask you though, how much of the back foot Fury style is still in there? Do you feel like you have to
Back
bring
foot?
that up for you?
Why? Why go on the back foot when I can go on the front foot? Be aggressive, land some good punches. You know, maybe I'm too old for this game. Maybe I'm going to get knocked out in 10 seconds. Maybe not, who knows? That's the thing why you've got to tune in. Pay-per-view. Live on Sky pay-per-view, BT pay-per-view, ESPN Plus pay-per-view, DAZN pay-per-view, and every other pay-per-view platform in the world.
What's your Heine Garcia predictions?
I don't really have any predictions on any other fights other than myself. You know why? Because one day I'll meet these guys and there'll be animosity that I've got no weight in that fight at all. I don't care who wins. So if I pick one and I meet this guy, it's going to be like, well, why did you pick this guy? It's going to be make him feel not nice. So unless I'm boxing someone myself, I don't really have opinions on other people unless they're heavyweights. You know, I might box in the future.
Tyson, before you said you're more than a boxer, you're an entertainer. Does that not feel like you've got more pressure on you? Everyone's expecting you to perform, everyone's expecting you to entertain. How do you deal with that kind of level of pressure?
Basically, I just keep one thought on my mind, getting paid and getting laid. That's all I ever do. And that's my motto. You know, like the motto some people have, like, he who dares wins and whoever else, yeah? Mine is getting paid and getting laid. And that's all I ever think about. Like 50 said, keep my mind on my money and don't trust no bitch. Yeah? That's what it is. Like, I'm just keeping my mind focused on my job. And that's it, really. Me being an entertainer is just me being me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an entertainer. At any moment in my life, I just sort of act myself. And if people find it entertaining, fantastic. If they don't, like I said many times, if you don't like this chasing your own, change fucking channel. Do you know what I mean?
Tyson,
And I stick by that.
years back you came into a press conference dressed as Batman. Later on down the line, Usyk comes to a press conference, he's dressed as the recent Joker. Do you feel that he's been on your mind, he's been watching you, and he's done that deliberately as a very big message?
Yeah, I looked at that before and I thought to myself, you know what? This guy is slowly creeping in my mind and disabling me from the inside. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to throw any punches when the fight night comes, because he's been copying me so much. he studied the greats and copied my style. So now I'm fucking scared. God forgive me for swearing. I'm really scared now. He's been copying my style. Like everything I've been doing. Like talking smack, turning up to press conferences dressed as different characters from Marvel movies. I'm just excited to see what he's got up his sleeve for this fight. I'm actually becoming a real big fan of him, like a fanboy of Usyk at the moment.
Tyson, what's your thoughts on Jake Paul, Mike Tyson? Obviously, Mike's someone you've got great respect for, one of your heroes. Jake obviously blocks Palmer.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic event. Anyone who don't think it's a fantastic event is jealous. Mainly people who ain't getting paid from it will be jealous, obviously, because it's not them. So they'll be probably speaking bad about it, but obviously I'm not involved in it, I'm not getting paid from it, but I can see a massive event on a large scale when I see it, and I can appreciate that. I appreciate Mike performing at his age, and I appreciate Jake performing and bringing so many eyeballs to boxing. Someone asked me before, who's a better fighter, Tank Davis or, not a better fighter, who's better at Tank Davis or Jake Paul? So immediately, the normal layman would say, oh, Tank Davis is better. But better at what? Is he better at selling tickets? Is he better at selling stadiums out? Is he better at creating controversy? Is he better at getting followed on Instagram? Is he better at putting more eyeballs on the boxing? Is he better than him at that? The answer would be no. But is he better at him in a fight? It has to be really, you have to break it down. You know what I mean? So I think the YouTuber boxing has brought a lot to the game. It's changed it. It's evolved it over the years. I saw two guys like 55 years old, £500 each the other day, fighting and making money, made like 400 or 500 grand each. That is unbelievable. 10 years ago, that would never happen. Never. Now, anybody from any background can go in a fight with somebody and make dough, pay the bills, provide for the family. That's fantastic, fantastic.
Tyson, what effect would you say